Hello, Dr. Della Parker here, and I just wanted to pop in for a second and talk about lungs as I'm clearing my throat. So this season, flu stuff is going around. We've got lots of lung infections, pneumonias, chronic coughs. We're kind of hearing about all that stuff with all these buggies that are going around. And I just want to talk about a couple basic things that you can do to help with your lung health. So if you saw in my previous post, I talked about how adrenal support is really important for supporting asthma, especially. Asthma is one of the three things we call the triad the triad of adrenal dysfunction, which is asthma, allergies, and eczema. So asthma is an inflammatory condition. If we can support adrenal health to better resolve inflammation in your body, then your asthma is going to be better. So step number one is getting on the proper adrenal support to help with overall lung health and decreasing inflammation. Number two, dairy. Dairy has an affinity for the lungs. It creates mucus and inflammation, especially in the sinuses and the lungs. So if you are somebody that has chronic sinusitis, asthma, maybe you have these conditions all the time, or maybe you're just sick and you have it just as an acute illness, either one of those, you want to completely cut out dairy. Cut out dairy completely, always, forever, if you're in that first category of like the chronic state. If it's just an acute illness, then you just want to cut it out till you're better for about a couple weeks. Then you can kind of slowly add it back in if you tolerate it. I'm not talking about butter because that doesn't have any of the proteins of dairy that generally cause the mucolytic action and the inflammation, but we're talking about milk, cheese, sour cream, yogurt, ice cream. All of those things are going to worsen that cough, the lung congestion, the sinus congestion. I would just take those foods out completely for the winter because it's just going to help that whole respiratory tract function better and less likely of those chronic illnesses kind of setting in. So cut out the dairy. The next thing I want to mention is wet socks. You've heard me talk about these a ton, but our family went through the flu over Christmas break, and my daughter has a residual cough, and I thought, she's better during the day, so I kind of forget about her. You're fine, put her to bed, and then she wakes up hacking, coughing like at midnight, and it's like, I've got to get out of bed and like comfort her. So what I was doing at midnight 2 nights in a row, because I forgot to do it ahead of time, is get some cotton socks, cold water, wring them out, put them on her feet, and then dry, thicker socks over the top. Literally within 5 minutes, she stops coughing and she's sleeping through the night. It helps to draw that congestion out of the lungs. And I'm telling you, that nighttime cough that's just aggravating enough to prevent you from getting restful sleep totally goes away so that you can actually sleep and help repair your immune system when you're sleeping like you should. So don't forget about that tool. I know it sounds miserable, but it's really not that bad. Try it. Cut out the dairy and get some adrenal support to help with inflammation. So that's my tips for lung health this season. So good luck, and I hope you guys stay healthy. Bye.